again, it's vital that corrections be challenged, because that's what you would expect of a decent civic community and society. We should be challenged, and we should be in effect examined for what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how well we're doing it. We should have the highest standards applied to us in terms of leadership and ethics, because we're in a position of power and a position of responsibility. It is about supervision, and it is about safe custody. So we have an overwhelming responsibility to behave appropriately and to provide ethical leadership in that sort of environment. But I think quite often in the broader community debate, some of those dimensions are missed, and it can crystallise back down to this slice doesn't seem to be working. But I step all the way back again and say, Australia is still the best country in the world. I think South Australia is the best state in Australia. We've got one of the best prison systems and community-based management environments in Australia that have tried a whole range of different things over the years, many of which have worked and many of which have been innovative and leadership oriented. And at the same time, we've been able to deliver all of these services within a budget that we think is very reasonable, and tackle our culture, most importantly, because it's not about the bricks and mortar out at Northville, but what it is often about is what community corrections officers have we got out working at Marla, what people are working with home detainees down in some of the western suburbs. What role are we playing in the family safety framework in the community, where we have a critical role in trying to help maintain and protect families? What role, very importantly, are we providing in terms of helping and supporting victims of crime? We've got over 680 victims of crime who have registered with us as a department. Many of them have other people who were sadly victims of crime that they're representing. They're in effect there to put their voice forward, but also to get information from us as a department. So every action, every service we provide, not only has to be focused on community safety, and it has to be value for money, we also have to take into account the voice of the victims as part of doing this, and ensure that the services themselves are culturally appropriate. That's the complexity or the diversity of the department. It doesn't fit into a nice, neat, narrow box that can be easily, I think, evaluated in terms of a couple of indicators.